Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. And right now I would like to share you some few tips on lineup for Three Kingdom Tactics. So let me just show you my main unit. Currently it's loading. So basically I will also create another video content of our siege later. Again, it will be a battle between two alliances between God of War versus Roman's Empire. So this is going to be an epic battle later, but I will give you that content later. However, let me just give you a uh, few info on my current main team. So this is my main team. I call this the old man team. But yeah, they are the mystic. See, they are the Star of Chaos, or the yeah Star of Chaos. That's the name of their the duo, the trio rather. So what it does, it increases the defense of entire force by 20 and grants commander 10% overall. So basically, every time when the commander does damage, it gets a 10% amount of healing. So it gives you a huge sustainability, especially if you build tactics with Zanjiao more on damage output strategy. So also we have here Zuchi together with Zuchi and Yuji. So okay, let me show you my skills for Zanjiao. For me, I find it this is one of the good skills that I would like to put for Zanjiao. However, if I manage to acquire another Zanjiao, I would inherit it to use to replace Falling Thunder to Way of Tao. But yeah, let me just give you an overview about what does Punishing Thunder do, his innate tactics. So here, Punishing Thunder, it's a active tactic wherein if it's max level, it gives you a 45% chance of one round of preparation wherein it hits a random enemy target with shredded damage. And yeah, it's 136,000%, 136% rather. It's a decent damage. It's not really that high. However, what I like about this Punishing Thunder is every time it hits, it gives you 30% chance of inflicting awe for one round. And it triggered 5 times, each time selecting a random target. So every time after the preparation with Punishing Thunder, it guarantees to hit 5 targets, 5 random targets. And on top of that, there's a 30% chance that the opponent can get a an inflicting an awe status. And as a commander, when the target it has is having is suffering from flood or sandstorm, every new status is inflicted increases the chance of causing all by 20%. So from 30%, even with if you're gonna use UG's color frame. So basically, what does UG's color frames starting in second round of battle, inflicting flood status on entire enemy. So imagine that, guys. So every time Punishing Thunder hits opponent, there's a 50 chance that the opponents can get awe. So it's it's a pretty huge thing that you can control the battle by hitting every opponent on awe status. So it's a big deal that you manage to skip them or not to do action in one turn. So yeah, that's what I really like this. And every time it hits damages, it also gain life. So even if he got attacked by other opponent, he can easily sustain those damage if we manage to trigger Falling Thunder and Punishing Thunder. But let's see what's Falling Thunder first. So Falling Thunder at max level, it has a high percentage of triggering chance 50%. That's why I like this. And whenever it launches a strategy attack on a random unit, so there's a 5% chance of you might hit your opponent, but it's fine. It's a small and it's a small chance to get hit by it, and it does a huge amount of 170,000 damage. And on top of that, it also increases the strategy damage it takes by 18% for 2 rounds. So not only the opponent gets to receive a huge amount of damage, but it will also get a debuff of plus 18% strategy damage, which is these old men, actually Yuji and Zanjiao are all doing strategy damage. So it's very it works it works really good from this kind of setup. Now, okay, after the Punishing Thunder, let's see. The second skill that I also put is unrecognizable change, where this one comes from Lumeng, and this is pretty good. It really works well for Zanjiao because for the first 3 rounds, um, even though the trade-off is you cannot perform normal attacks, but you manage to gain 30% evade. For that will be for the first 3 rounds, and in round four, you'll gain 68 intelligence and deal strategy damage to the entire force. That's a whopping 180% damage, depending on your intelligence. So it's another nuke. So imagine this, guys, 30% evade. So Zanjiao will get a 30% evade. And if you add Zuchi's, Zuchi's innate tactics is Mysterio Arcania. So when you check, what does Mysterious Arcania do? For the first 2 rounds, grant your entire force 35% evade that shields it from damage. So imagine, guys, for the first 2 rounds, 35% and the unrecognizable change. So that's almost Zanjiao will almost get 65% of evade rate. See, so that's like a ratio is every time Zanjo gets hit, there's a 65% chance that he would miss it. So for me, that's a huge chance. That's a huge odds for you to evade the damage. But even though you manage to get the damage, uh, with the skills either Falling Thunder or Punishing Thunder, it will immediately sustain, or it can sustain the damage that it will take every round. So that's pretty awesome, right? So I'm kind of liking this unit right now. But yeah. So let's also check Yuji's skill. So again, we already checked Color Frame. So what it does, starting at second round of battle onwards, it inflicts flood status on the entire enemy. So it's not the damage is not really impressive, 72%. And but the good thing about it is it also gives another 10% debuff for everyone. So the opponent will receive more damage for the last 5 rounds. So this is something that would really help to add more damage to Zanjiao as well. Pretty good, right? And right now, I'm aside from Calling Rain, I use the another tactic is arrow formation. Let's see, arrow formation. So for commander, it increases 30% damage dealt and 20% damage taken. And for deputy, reduces 15% damage dealt and 25% damage taken. So this works really, really well for Zanjiao. So imagine, guys, with the 10% debuff from Yuji and another 30% from Arrow Formation, so Zanjiao will be dealing additional 40% additional damage to their opponent. Yes, the trade-off would be that Zanja will be getting 20% more damage, but for the first 2 rounds, it can get 65% evasion rate, and again, it also has its overawe, so it can also gain damage when gain life whenever it deals damage. So pretty awesome, pretty awesome. That's why even for the third skill, I use Sand Shield as level one only because I just really want to put Sand Shield as a third option. But the truth is, I was really hoping to get a Watu um, unit so I can inherit, use it as antidote. But for now, I might be using Sand Shield or replacing it with Mutual Support. But right now, this is what I want. I'll be using because even though at level 1 it still does its purpose by inflicting Sandstorm status to the entire force. Again, the damage is not really that impressive, and I kind of like the one defense that shields you from damages. So once you release Sand Shield, it gives you one shield for UG. So just to just to improve its survivability. Okay, and now going to Zuchi. Zuchi is going to be like the healer from these old men. So let me just read Mysterious Arcania. So his innate ability, Mysterious Arcania at level 10. For the first two rounds, grant your entire force 35%, as I mentioned earlier. And starting at round 3, it gives grants rest to the entire troop. See, grant rest replenish troops per round at rate at 58% dependent on intelligence for 3 rounds. So yeah, so not only it gives evasion from the team, but it also gives you a healing. It's not that it's not really that big. However, it's something just for the team to sustain. But yeah, I also use the second skill as all the second and third skill that I use for Zuchi as kind of like protection from opponents because the way how I see this team, they might be prone on getting debuffs or opponents get buffs themselves out that they are, as you can see, you can see, look at UG's quality of troops. They're all C. They're really worse. Although they're Mystic, it gives 30% bonus, but still, on my experience, they are very squishy. So that's why I try to use Purify, second skill for Zochi, wherein it's also a huge percentage, 45%. So what it does, it removes the negative status from the team, and it gives you 24 points of strength and intelligence, which uh, Zanja would need as well to add more firepower. And Dispel. What Dispels does is strips the enemy forces of its buff and increases your intelligence by 28%. So this instantly removes all those annoying additional damage like combo or like the all those like defense wants all those anything, even the something that would protect their opponent or add more damage to you, they would instantly remove that for 3 rounds. So this is pretty good as well. So yeah, um, this is one of the so far I've tried this unit, and if the so much things for me, it really helped me a lot. So right now, let's see. Oh yeah, let's go check for the war manual. The war manual for Zanzhou, I use situation and I use the breakthrough. So when using innate tactics that requires preparation, there's a 20% chance to skip. Guys, this is very huge. Like once you manage to triggers this, it doesn't need to wait for another round. It would instantly hit the opponent with the punishing thunder. But yeah, it's just a chance, but once you manage to pull this up, it's a huge game changer. Even in an early round, imagine first round, you manage to deal a huge amount of damage. So the next damage for the opponent will be lesser. And conspiracy the second skill or third skill as third war manual, it increased active damage by 4.5%. So yeah, so overall it gives you 44.5% damage for Zanjiao together with the rest of the team. So it's pretty good. We go with War Manual of Yuji. Uh, we choose Dynamic, and the second skill is Indomitable. In round 4, rids an ally units of all weakened status. So just just in case, just to protect anyone, especially if Zanjiao is getting a negative status. With the fourth round, Yuji can remove it. And the third one is Mysticism, so it gives like a 6% evade. So uh, it gives you at least a little percentage of chance to evade such damage. Okay, let's go with Zuchi. Use Zuchi Swarm Manual. So I also chose Dynamic, and the second skill is Lure, wherein the damage you take increases by 16%, and the damage your ally deals increase by 5%. So with this, since 44.5% extra damage for Zanjiao, with Lure it gives another 5%, so that's almost 49%, 49.5% of damage. Whoa, huge, right? And again, I also use Mysticism, gain 6%, additional 6% evade rate for Zuchi. So yeah, there you have it. This is the team that I like. With my experience, most of the time, Zuchi gets from every battle, Zuchi gets more of the damage. So that's why I was thinking of either replacing Sandshield with mutual support or what I'm really aiming for is antidote, because that's what really would really help for the team. But yeah, it works pretty well. Since look at the bonus that I have, I already maxed out the I already maxed out the 10% coalition bonus as an others faction, and it triggers also the Star of Chaos to 20 plus 20 defense from the whole team is pretty huge. And of course, the 10% overhaul, which gives a huge sustainability for the whole team. Mhm. So yeah, so I guess it. So let's see. Maybe we can check some few wars that happened. Let me look. Let me look at something good that I can share you with that work. So look. Oh no, that's this one. Let's use something that have some epic battles with Zuchi here. Give me a sec. Mhm. Well, anyways, I'll just check the other one. This one, the I managed to win consecutive wins because of it. Here we go. Um, yeah, this one. Let's check this one. So look, guys. Even though even though I don't have Zuchi here, I still managed to win the battle. Even though they have the advantage, they have more HP than I do. Or that's almost around 13 to 14,000, and I have more HP than them. However, they have the advantage of more damage. However, I still have the advantage of countered the countered the countered build because I use shield and their opponents is using a bow. But let's see how it ended. On the first round, they managed to deal damage to Yuji. So there. So Zanjiao, look, oh, they managed to fail to evade. Oh my. But yeah, Zoe made some huge damage as well, some damage. So at second round, Yuji already inflicted flood to everyone. So look, um, Here's the example what I told you that the preparation time, the skill breakthrough, it already triggered. So it doesn't need to wait for another round. So on the spot, it hits damage. Zanjo hits Punishing Thunder to everyone. So imagine the C. Boom. Deals one, two, three, four. It's almost 5,000 damage. Can you imagine that? Just one skill. That's a huge difference. So in one skill, one Punishing Thunder skill, I managed to reduce almost 5%, 5,000 damage to their opponent. So let's see the on the third round. Of course, they're always the first one. So on the fourth round, Zuchi will Zuchi, I mean Zanja will explode with using his skills. So let's see. Let's wait for Zanja. Uh, okay, here we go. There we go. So Zanjo it has initiated the effect unrecognizable change preparation. So it boom, he has increased 68 intelligence. Look at his buff now. Intelligence, it's 413. That's a lot. And it deals damage from Zuyu Taishishi. So aside from the 5,000, it dealt almost 3,000, 3,700 I said, or less, something around that damage. So boom, now I managed to hit on hit another damage to Sunse. So yeah, let's go to the last round. So doing the last hit for the kill again, Zanjiao for the kill, punishing oh no, for the falling thunder. Boom, it hits 558 damage. So that's it. That's how good these old men, even without Zuchi. And this one, look at the damage difference. So yeah. So yep, maybe this is something that you would like to build around if in case you manage to get these units and the skills as well. If you manage to get a Huatsu or the antidote, I would suggest replacing Sanshield with it. For Zuchi, others are they prefer to replace uh, these spells with these two tactics with Rattan armor. But yeah, I think it's going to be effective. But for me, what really matters is the Rattan armor the Rattan soldier would really give them some huge buffer defense to your opponent. However, once you get hit by the burning damage, I don't like to. I can't afford that. I don't want to risk that. That's why I'd rather be safe on controlling the battle by removing those negative buffs from my team and removing positive buffs from the opponent. So I think yeah, as an equal ground, I think this is the one that I would prefer, the Purify and Dispel. But it's up to you guys. Or comment down below what would be the best replacement for these two, and I will also try and give you another video of it. But for now, this is what I think is good. So yeah, and yes, I would like to give shout out to my guild again, my guild or sorry, Alliance, God of War, my ruler Liam Nakuro, and our chief administrator Foots. Also shout out to my brother there, Oolong, brother Oolong, hi. And yeah, for the rest of our alliance and to our PH group. And again, this is Ace, and we'll be providing more content about Three Kingdoms Axis in the future. And again, I would like to take you to this opportunity and have a good day, guys. Peace.